Okay, by request, I'd like to go through one flow that we've been working on in our class. This is a set of movements from the Lee family style. So I'll just go through the movements and you can practice them. We're going to keep this flow as part of the class for at least the rest of the month of February. And in March, I might do another video with the new flow that we're going to work with. Let's see. I'm going to start with my right foot in front, facing toward my right. And orient yourself as best as you can. If I'm your mirror image, just know that this might be your left foot, etc. And just follow me. I'm only going to go, I'll take that back. I'm going to go through the physical movements, then I'll show you where we inhale and where we exhale. What's nice about this flow is it kind of makes sense where we're inhaling and exhaling. So hopefully you can follow that through just by looking at the movements. So we'll start with our hands extended here, and this is in push hands like this. When I pull back, I'm going to pull back into Mahu. I push off of this foot gently, bring my stance back. As I do, my hands pull in, palms up like this. From here, and I like to think of like my ring fingers leading this circle. I'll kind of show you here. The circle goes down, around, my elbows come up, and my wrists bend like this. Really simple, but it can get a little tricky. So, pull up. I bring my hands down, around, elbows up, bend my wrists. This next movement is very important to follow me. We're going to sink down and hinge our hips. So my body will go forward, my upper body will go forward a little bit. And that's okay. In this position, we typically, in terms of our targeting, we'll kind of look at our kidneys. Don't worry about that right now, but just watch the movement pattern. So as I sink down, I hinge from my hips, and my back comes forward a little bit. Then I lift back up. What you want to avoid here is rounding the back in any way, okay? Whether it's your upper back, mid back, or low back. No rounding. Try to keep it neutral and straight and work with your hips. What that means is if you're having trouble not rounding your back, find a spot, and this is find your limit. Here's what I mean. As you start to descend, if you feel your back start to round, that's your limit. Back up until you can straighten up again, and that's your limit for your sinking down, okay? Maybe it's just you get a good bend in your knee here, and that's it. Maybe you're able to descend further down toward the bucket of water. That's up to you, and by bucket of water, I mean the image here is we're taking our fingertips and dipping them into the bucket. When I lift up, I lead with my wrists up and let my fingers kind of dangle here. You can think of the water dripping off of my fingers. As I reach my shoulders, I start to bend my elbows and bring my hands pointing back in the direction we're going to push. From here, I start my step with my right foot. I land heel, toe, and push. Just like that. Get back in frame. All right. Now, to do the turn, we're going to go do the same sequence on the other side, but we've got to turn first. So, set your palms palm down to start. Start with your right foot. Turn on your heel, and then you kind of feel some tension start to be created between your 2 feet. Feel that, because what's going to happen is this movement pushes this foot this way, okay, as we turn. So as I turn, on my right heel, on my left heel, okay? Now you'll notice here, this foot is closer to you, this foot is further away, and I don't want that because technically, if you look, my feet are crossed like this, or close to that. So I've got to adjust this foot too. So let's go back to this side. Turn on your heel. Extend that turn into this foot. Now, what I do then is take one more step out with my heel. So turn to the outside, then on the ball part of my foot, bring your heel this way. That sets up that line again between your feet. Let's do that one more time. All right. I'm gonna go through this first, then I'll show you the hands. Turn here. Turn here on your heel. All right. Bring your, so you'll be set here, and now my feet are somewhat crossed. Again, with your heel, turning on your heel, bring this foot out. Then on the ball part of your foot, bring your heel out. And that should set you up pretty straightforward. I'm still a little off, but I think from where I'm showing you, I'm a little offline. Follow me with the hand movements. Okay, so we've dropped our palms down. Turn on the right heel. Turn on the left heel, and the hands drift this way. And as I turn my foot to the outside, I'll cross what I call the center line. I'm gonna do it this way, and then I'll show you from the front. So I cross, both hands come to the left side of my body, bring my hands up, and then down, just like this, okay? If you want, I'll show you from the front. So here's my gongu. And I'm turning, turning, turning. Actually, I'll just do the turn. That way you'll see my feet as well. All right. So turn on your right heel. Turn on the left heel. Now bring your foot out, heel out. And then I cross the center line over the head and pull down toward the hips. Just like that. Good. So here, from here, again, on this side, I pull back, my hand palms go up to the chest, into my Malbu. Flip my hands, elbows up. Sink down, fingertips into the water. Lift up, lead with your wrist. Water drips from the fingers. Flip my hands, step out, and push. And I'll do another turn for you to follow. Palms down. Turn your left on your left heel. Turn on your right heel, bring your right ball of your foot out, and then bring your right heel out as you cross the center line, over the head, and down. And that's the sequence we'll kind of work with. Slow down the video, ask questions, see how it goes at home. But yeah, bring questions to class and we'll help with any issues you run into. Have a good practice.